Right folks, here we have the start of the second model in the World War One era models project I'm doing at the moment. Parts wise, age wise of the parts, just like the battleship, just about, well, almost everything is well after that period. You were talking for most of my parts 1960s, 1970s. There are some older 50s stuff and early 60s stuff. And there's odd one or two bits of really old stuff, which I've just found out actually. But anyway, I'll show you that what I found out shortly. So here we have, it's really the chassis and just the real wheel hangers, or the axle hangers, of the motor van. Similar lorries in this style were used to well, amongst obviously other things, thousands of them were used to supply and resupply Verdun in the First World War, and there was absolutely thousands of them to keep them going, and thousands of trips, if not, well, to be honest, millions of trips. Anyway, that's just a bit of historical interest point of view. I don't want to get too political about the war. I'm just looking at it from a general interest point of view. So, I say very simple chassis, two 25mm angle girders, several 5mm strips, and a sector plate. We are continuing with this motor van lorry. Initially it was going together very well indeed, and as you can see it's not a very involved model. However, a couple of problems have been stumbled across. Initially, I'd bolted the front part of the chassis, the sector plate, to these angle girders. No problems there. But when I come to do the sides of the van here, and line everything up, the only way to get things square properly was to either put your nut on this side of the bolt and pull in the sector plate, which I didn't want to do because it damaged the sector plate, or put the nut inboard or in between the two, sandwiched if you like, because that makes the chassis a little bit wider. But then, which is not included in the instruction book, I've had to put some washers, 4 each side in total, to space it out correctly there, and the other side as well. The rest of the construction is very simple. 1 bolt fixings, of course, which, okay, it is a number 2 outfit, so we're not going to go for anything too involved, but I do like it, even though it has been a little bit niggly. I thought it was going to be a breeze, to be honest, this one, but not too bad at all. So there we have the main construction completed. All very simple, as you can see, for the box section if you like. Again, at this end I've had to put extra washers to space out the gap between this strip and the sector plate, otherwise it would damage the sector plate by pulling it in. And not much to go now. So here's the completed model of the motor van from the 1914 Australian instruction manual. One of about 133 models, covers various sets in the instruction manual. This one, as previously said, is number 2 set. A little bit of delay building this one, mainly due to not having any of these double angled brackets there, strips there, double angled strips there. And as you may have noticed if you've watched the other video about the battleship, I've been trying to get hold of some of the earlier flanged wheels with the pulleys built in. I did get some, but unfortunately only 2 were brass. The others were essentially steel with a brass boss, and therefore a bit odd looking if I mixed them all up. So what I've done for now anyway, I've got plenty of the later ones without the pulleys, so I'm using those as the wheels for now. Not too bad, but I am trying to keep to the parts used if I can at all get them, and obviously some of them are getting a bit difficult to get hold of now. But anyway, not too bad a model to make in the end. It has steering in a fashion, not proper Ackerman steering, but it does have steering. You can tell when it goes around corners because there's no diff. It is quite hard to turn, but we're only talking a basic simple model. It's very basic, but I do like it. The only apart from the previous mentioned issue with the flange plates and fitting the sides with the angled girders as mentioned before, the only other issue was in the steering mounting really. On the instruction book that pulley there was supposed to be the other way around, but when it catches on the bolts, which it seems to do on the instructions actually in the illustration, but it wouldn't, the axle wasn't long enough then to be secured at the top by this one. So I've just turned it round and it's okay. Very basic steering of course, but it does turn. And although it's not in the instruction book, I may fit a magic motor to this. But there we go. Next model is the London bus, and it's a number 4 outfit model, and it's very parts hungry. For example, 31 angled brackets, so that'll be fun. So see you soon.